Okay, so now I wanted to go over the piece rate payout. Again, if you want to see the 2 week payroll period, you would just click on the payroll button right here. But if you want to see an individual job and what the payout was, then you have to click over on the right over here where it says payout. I think I'll zoom in a little bit here. Hopefully you can see all this okay. So I'm going to go through an example job. This would be the same thing if I clicked on payout, the same screen is going to show up. So in this sample job, the customer's name is sample job. The job type is cabinet painting. These are the main services that we offer. This job would be cabinet painting. The salesperson's Connor O'Keefe. And the job hours is 150. So that references back to the work order. So we're going to say that this job was 150 hours. Now, if you click on this link that says job type, it's going to show you the employees that we have and what their current status is and where they sit in the piece rate system. So if you go to the very bottom, it shows that a new hire is not part of the piece rate system. They're just paid a static wage per hour. However, they are weighted in the piece rate pay system as $10 an hour. That is not what a new hire makes per hour, though. Once a new hire is graduated past 30 days, then they join into the piece rate pay system. And these are the different levels at which a new apprentice 1, apprentice 2, painter 1, 2, and then a team lead would make per hour. And it's basically just a weighted average of what the total is that we charge, that the labor budget is per hour. So the labor budget per hour is $22.75 plus a quality bonus. So if a team lead is paired up with a painter 1, then the team lead would get 100% is what their weight is, and a painter 1 would get 85% of the weight. I'll go over that a little bit later, but in order to move up the pay scale, it just means that you have to show that you've learned the different services. So each service, whether it's deck staining, exterior painting, interior painting, will have different qualifications depending on how long you've been doing it for. Usually it takes a couple of weeks at least running that specific type of service to move up the ladder, and that will increase your pay. But it is always relevant to who you're teamed up with. So here we have Fabronio, he's one of my team leads. We also have Joseph, who is a team lead. So they're at the top of the pay scale, and then the person that they're paired up with is going to be just below them. So that explains the different hierarchies as far as pay goes. This next part is the job scorecard. So after each job, the client fills out a feedback form, and that feedback form is submitted to us. We get it, and then we put it into the job payout. And the crew, we'll just say as an example, got all 5s. The quality bonus for the 150 hours is a 2% bonus on the hours, so it's $68.25. They got an extra 3 hours of bonus pay. Let's say that they had only maybe got a 3 on one of these. That drops their bonus score to 4.67, so that gets them at a 1% bonus, so they get less bonus because they got docked some points. And this would be just an area where the client had left feedback. Now if we go to the payout area, this would be a change order hour. So if it was originally bid for 150 and then the customer had added something later on, let's say they had added 20 hours worth of work, that would get inputted into here. There could also be a situation where maybe the salesperson underbid a job, where this is an area where we can boost the amount of hours, which is going to increase the pay for the crew. And then here's where we're going to select the bonus hours. So it was 3 bonus hours. So the total number of hours is 153. The percent of hours that we still owe is 100%. The labor budget per hour is $22.75. The total labor budget with our burden is $3,480.75. Now we take out the burden, which is work comp, and that is $761, and that brings the total job pay to $2,719. We have not paid anything yet. We still owe $2,719 because this is the first pay period. So we're going to say that this job was completed within a 2-week time frame in a pay period. So we're going to pay 100% of the hours. So we're paying 153 hours, that $2,700. And we have two painters. We have the team lead and we have painter one. The hours worked, let's say for the first painter was 70, and Oscar had also worked 70. So they had worked 140 hours. The job was bid for 153 hours. Fabronio would ended up making $21 per hour, and Oscar would have made $17.85 per hour. Let's say they got it done in 60 hours. Fabronio would then end up making $24.50 an hour, and Oscar would make about $21 per hour. Now let's say that they went over budget. Let's say they had 80 hours each, or 7 hours over budget. Fabronio would still make $18.37 an hour, and Oscar would make $15.62 an hour. We believe that this piece rate pay system incentivizes people to work efficiently, manage the job site, and really take ownership over the job site. This is why we don't pay on a strictly per hour basis. However, we do understand that sometimes there's going to be situations where with prep work, maybe a job was underbid, and we are checking on the crew daily and we see that they're working hard and maybe the hours that were allocated for the job wasn't correct. So that's where we would boost the change order hours here and say we added 20 hours. That's going to bring up the hours to be paid to 173. So they had worked 160, but now we're at 173 for a budget. So that boosts their pay. So Fabronio now made $20.78 and Oscar $17.66. Now let's say on a third example that they had each worked 50 hours. We're going to get rid of the change order hours. So you have a total budget of 153 hours, but then we also have a new hire, Adam Jacobs. He's at the bottom of the pay scale. He actually isn't part of the piece rate system. However, he does get processed into it because we do account for some of his time because he is going to be somewhat useful. It's just that it takes about a month for somebody to really get the hang of everything in order for them to be efficient as far as our production rates go. So let's say that Adam had worked 30 hours. Now that is going to bring their pay down. So if had not worked any hours, we're at $29.40 for Fabronio. Now he worked 30, but Adam is only weighted. If we go back to the weight scale, job type, Adam is only weighted at $10 per hour. He's getting 50% as far as the weight goes. So he's really he's not really affecting the piece rate pay system all that much. He's at $12.65 per hour at 130 hours. It was bid for 153. But we're going to actually pay Adam a static wage because in a lot of cases, especially with a new hire, you're going to maybe go over budget because it's a little bit harder to stay on budget and stay efficient when you have somebody that you're trying to train. So in that case, Adam would end up making $11.10 per hour, but that's not what we're actually going to pay that person. We're going to pay them, like I said, a static wage for the first 30 days. And then once they get past that 30-day grace period, then they're going to move into the piece rate pay system where they're paid for the job. Another scenario is, let's say that the job was paid out over 2 different pay periods. So it's bid for 153 hours. And let's say in this pay period, they had worked 25, 25, and 25. So we have 75 hours. Now we're going to say only 50% of the job has been completed. So we're paying out 76.5 hours. You know, the crew leader and I would have a conversation and we'd say, well, how far along are you in this job? Are you about 50% completed? They say yes, so that's where we're going to pay out. That leaves the other half, 76.5, for the next pay period. So for this pay period, they would get $23.14 an hour still. But then on the next payout, it shows that we have 76 hours and 76.5 hours left to pay. So we have 50% left to pay, and we would just go ahead and process that just the same way we did the first time. So let's say it was just 60 hours each. Actually, more like 35 hours each. It's bid for 76.5 is what was left. They ended up using 70, $21 an hour is what Fabronia made, and then Oscar made $17.85. And we have a total of 4 payouts, so that would basically cover 2 months if it was a 2-month job, which is very rare. Most jobs are covered in 1 or 2 pay periods. So that more or less is how we pay out our employees, how the piece rate pay system works, and how the 30-day grace period works for a new hire.